ॐ सीदिरुग्रावय हृद्धिरार्तिश्चानपवाचना श्रमस्तन्द्रीश्च मोहश्च तैरम्मो नबी ददामि सर्वान्. This is Atharvaved mantra 8 by 8 by 9. Yesterday I was reading Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Ek Vedic Rahasya, the book written by my Acharya, Swami Ram Swarup Ji Yogacharya. Gita Shloka 14th chapter, 13th Shloka I was reading. And in that Shloka's explanation, my Acharya has explained this Veda mantra. And suddenly my eyes got into this word Ugra Sedihi, which my Acharya explains in Hindi as Tivra Mahamari. Then I thought of making this video. Then my Acharya has beautifully explained this Veda mantra also, and also beautifully linked the mantra to this shloka where Sri Krishna Maharaj is explaining about Tamogun Vritti. So the mantra basically, Atharvaved mantra tells the effect of human being getting indulged or getting into the trap of Tamogun Vritti. What is Tamagun Vritti? Sri Krishna Maharaj beautifully says, Aprakasho Apravrittischa Pramado Moha Yevacha Tamas Yenati Jayante Vivriddhe Kurunandana. Hey Arjun, Tamasi, Tamogun people, the people who are in Tamoguna, I'm just going to tell you what is the indication of those people who are in the trap of Tamogun. Sri Krishna Maharaj says, Aprakashaha, they do not have the prakash, they do not have the light of knowledge of Vedas in their mind, in their intellect, in their sense. They never have chetanata, they never have consciousness on their senses, the consciousness about the knowledge of Almighty God. And Apravrittihi, they are not in a position to do moral deeds as mentioned by Almighty God in the Vedas. They are always lazy people. And Pramadaha, I have explained in one of the video about 9 obstacles in Yoga Sadhana. One of the obstacles is Pramadaha. Pramadaha, my Acharya beautifully explains as unable to take time in our busy life for Almighty God. We are totally busy from morning to evening. We are going to work in the morning, coming back from office in the evening for working people. Ladies are so much busy in their household work or so much busy in their television, YouTube channels. Students are so much busy in their studies. Retired people are so much busy in sleeping, taking rest, going from one place to another, chit-chatting. So there is no time that we are able to take for Almighty God. There is no time for sadhana in our life. That is called as pramadaha. These are the indications of a tamagun person, Sri Krishna Maharaj is saying. And mohaha, those people are always indulged in attachment. People are attached towards their property, money, family, husband, wife, son, daughter. Some people are attached towards their mobile phone. Some are attached towards their car. Some are attached towards their status. So many different types of attachment, but nobody is attached towards Almighty God, towards Acharya of Vedas, towards Vedic knowledge. Everybody is attached to materialistic articles. So these people are Tamoguni people. With this knowledge, when we go to the Atharvaved mantra, God is saying in this mantra, Dadami Sarvan. Dadami means God is directly speaking in the direct tense. Normally, in the Veda mantras, we can find very few mantras where God speaks with this authority. Aham or Dadami, like that. Very few mantras are there. And this mantra, God says, I am the one who gives punishment like this to the Tamoguni people. What are those punishment? The first punishment mentioned in the mantra is Ugra Sedihi. Ugra Sedihi means impactful epidemic or pandemic diseases will be created by me, which will kill lakhs and lakhs of people or millions of people, because people are tamoguni, because people do not worship Almighty God, because people do not have time for doing kartavya karma, moral deeds, righteousness, dharma, because people do not have chetanata in their sense organs. They do not understand the Vedic philosophy. This is what Almighty God is saying, that then I create Ugra Sedihi, Tivra Mahamari, impactful pandemic, impactful epidemic. So today COVID has come to an end almost in many countries. Some countries still it exists, but many countries it is under control. That does not mean that next time it will not happen. It will definitely happen, because this is a punishment for Tamoguni people. And most of us, 99% of this world population are Tamoguni, or 99.99% I would say. So that's why pandemic has enveloped everybody. Everyone was impacted by pandemic in a direct way or indirect way. And the mantra says also what are the other impacts or other results of Tamoguni people. Tadrihi cha mohacha. Tamoguni also God says Tadrihi cha mohacha. My Acharya has beautifully written, these people are Tamoguni people who are in moha, who are in attachment. As I told, attached towards our family, son, daughter, property, mobile phone, TV, car, etc., etc., etc. Then God gives another punishment as Vayariddhihi, poverty. Many of us, we know the world population and how much percentage of the world population are in poverty. We have to understand that life is not once. Life and death happens again and again and again, because it is not the body which is dying. The soul goes from one body to another body based on the karmas. So based on our previous karmas, we take birth in places where there is no money, there is no water, there is no food, because of our own karma. Because of the Tamoguni vritti actually, because we do not have time for Almighty God. In crores of years, one soul gets a human birth. And this human birth is so priceless, but still we do not understand the value of human birth. We do not see the animals. For example, when you see an animal, a dog or a cat or a lion or a tiger, they cannot do pranayam, they cannot do ashtanga yoga tapasya, they cannot follow the dharma. Only human beings can do this, but human beings are not doing this. That is why God is creating this kind of pandemic and other punishments. So Vayariddhihi means poverty. We will get birth in that place where we will not have money for even buying a food, buying water, etc., etc. Then Anapavachana Artihi. God is warning in this, saying that I will give such kind of punishments which will put you in so much of sorrow which you will not be even able to explain that this is my sorrow. Anapavachana, you will not be able to tell it that this is my problem. You are in so much of problem, but you are unable to explain it. This kind of bitterness, this kind of sorrows I will give it to Tamoguni people. And Shramaha means people, also I give this kind of punishment where frequent body pains happens. Always we are lazy, we are tired, these kind of things happen. This is a kind of a punishment by Almighty God, because we are having Tamoguni vritti. We are not worshipping Almighty God by everyday upasana, by everyday sandhya, by everyday agnihotra, by everyday ashtanga yoga, by serving acharya. We are not attached to acharya. We are not in the worry of searching an acharya. We are in the worry of searching for a job only. Who is stopping us to search for a job? God says, Vidyam cha vidyam. Do both you should advance in both the fields, in spirituality as well as in materialistic life. But today we are 100% materialistic, 0% spiritual. And those people who are spiritual, they are spiritual in saying Rama Rama, Krishna Krishna, Allah, Jesus, etc., etc., which are self-created almighty gods. So God says these people, the Tamoguni people, are Amun Sarvan. They are enemies of Dharma. Satru. They are enemies of Almighty God. They are enemies of Acharyas, of Vedas. Enemies in the sense they act against Vedas. They act against Almighty God. So God is saying these people are Shatrun. Sarvan means all these people are totally Shatrus. They are enemies to the voice of Almighty God. So that's why God says, Abhidadami. I am the one who is tying them inside the pandemic. I am the one who is tying them inside the poverty. I am the one who is tying them inside the that kind of problem which even cannot be explained. I am the one who is tying them in the tiredness of the body or giving various diseases in the body. God says himself in the Atharvaved. So this is enough warning for all of us to really wake up and try to walk towards the Vedic path. God has told in Atharvaved, especially my Acharya has explained many mantras of Atharvaved where God has given so much of warnings to the humanity. Creation of cyclone, destruction of people by war without any reasons. Everything is happening today. There is a mantra in Atharvaved which says that I will make wars without any reason. Lakhs of people will die on wars, but the war has no reason to happen. Today the same thing is happening. We are seeing war everywhere. Russia, Ukraine started, China, Taiwan is going to start, another nuclear war might start. We don't know, because these are all punishment indicated by Almighty God. The only reason God says, because you are insulting Vedas, because you have stopped walking the path of Dharma or Vedic path. So we have to really get into seriousness. We have to really start walking the path of Vedas. Otherwise we are also getting into this trap. Even a person who follows Vedas gets affected by pandemic, indirectly or directly. But however, God says in the Vedas, God gives assurance in the Vedas, if you follow the Vedic path, I am the protector of you. I will protect you at any cost. So, but the thing is, my Acharya always says, the thing is, if the world is unhappy, how can you be happy? Although you are not impacted, but will you be happy by seeing your friends unhappy? Will you be happy by seeing somebody else suffering? No. This is what my Acharya says. Every Acharya has his inner tears because he sees the world suffering, and he knows that world is suffering because they are stopped following Vedas. And my Acharya always says, I feel really sad because these people are in trouble. In spite of me spreading the Vedic knowledge, nobody is there to listen. And this is also a very sad thing to all the Acharyas, my Acharya always says. So we have to really struggle to follow the path of Vedas, as well as we should struggle to spread the path of Vedas, spread the knowledge of Vedas, because pandemic will impact everybody. Cyclone will impact everybody. Although cyclone will not impact a Vedic follower truly, but it is going to create a wave of unhappiness, and the Vedic follower, being a selfless person, will also be impacted because other people are suffering. So this has to be understood. There is no selfishness in the Vedic path. There is also no partiality by Almighty God. God will definitely protect those people who are righteous people, but definitely the sadness will of course impact those righteous people also, because other people are sad. Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati left his entire life for the welfare of the people. He died for the welfare of the people in spreading the knowledge of Vedas, but no one understands Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati then and also now. Today people have started speaking Maharishi as anti-Hindu. They are telling Maharishi as atheist. They are telling Maharishi as a druggist, because the wrong practice of Hinduism is exposed by Maharishi. He spoke the truth, and today he is a villain to the Hindus, unfortunately. But he died for the welfare of the people. This no one remembers. So we should really strive very hard, and we should take this mantra as a real warning by Almighty God, and we should pray to Almighty God every day to walk the true path. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.